Hello, my name is Franklin and welcome to my channel. Today we are working on a Bobcat T450. It doesn't crank, it has no power at all, it won't do anything. Before we get started, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Give me a thumbs up, and if you don't mind, subscribe to my channel. It really helps the channel grow. Let's get started. Okay, the customer says that there's no power, nothing works. Let's give it a quick test. Nothing. Okay. Nothing comes on. Bars down. Okay, so let's try this side. Nothing at all. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go to the back and check the electrical system. It's probably going to be battery. Either a bad battery because there's nothing at all. They've blown main fuse or something like that. Let's go to the back and check it out and see what's wrong with it. Okay, the battery looks intact. We'll check the voltage on it and see if it's good. Everything else looks complete. Starter wires are there. Everything's good. So first thing we want to do is check the battery. I see those wires are loose. One thing I don't like is this right here. You see that all that rust? That causes resistance to the flow of electrons, and it's not very tight. See how loose it is? And I've noticed that, see, you have this ground wire right here. It goes to the ground. Well, you don't need that wire because this one here also goes to the ground right here, right by the starter. But in all these wires here, every time you work with the battery, they're going to be moving. See how loose they are? Of course it's not going to work. So what we'll probably do is take this wire off here, since it is grounded to the bottom. We'll go ahead and connect these wires to here. First, let's test the battery and see if the battery is good, because it may just be a bad connection. See how loose that is? You can pull it out with your hand, and see how rusted, so it's not going to make a good contact. So we'll do that first, and then we'll see what happens then. But see these wires? We'll buy a connector and connect those wires to this wire right here, and they'll be grounded. And we'll put the terminal connector by itself on this, because this can never work right here. But first, oh, look at that one over there, and that one's not so good either. But we'll try the ground first and worry about the other one. And then, okay, we'll check the battery first, see if it has any power. So let me get a multimeter and a battery tester, and we'll go from there. Okay, here's our voltmeter. Okay, now all we can do with this is test voltage. We can't check and see if it won't tell you if the battery's actually good. You need a battery tester for that. So it's on, and you see it's reading 0 volts, but it's on voltage DC. See that little straight line on top and then the dots on the bottom, the 3 dots? That means voltage DC. That's for checking batteries and automobiles and all kinds of equipment. And this one right here, the little squiggly line, see that? That's alternating current. That's AC voltage. AC voltage is what you have in your house, 110, 220, and all that kind of stuff. Big motors, stuff like that. So we'll leave it on DC. Always turn it off when you get done and put it back on DC. For checking cars, any kind of Bobcat, skid steer, backhoe, anything that's portable is DC voltage. So we put it on DC, and then we'll put this one here. It doesn't matter if you put the positive on the negative, look on the positive. We'll go ahead and put the black one on the negative. But even if you put it in the wrong spot, it'll just read a negative. It'll still read 12 volts, but it'll read it'll have a little negative sign, so you know it's backwards. So we'll stick this one over here. Okay. Let's see what we got. Bad connection, maybe. Stick it in there like that. And then I'll connect this one to there. And we got 12.5. Let's move these wires out of the way. 12.59. See that? 12.59? That means it's very, very well charged. 12.2 is a full charged battery. This is 12.59, almost 12.6. It's very well charged. Now, that doesn't tell you the battery is good. It doesn't only tell you that it has 12 volts. Now we'll get the battery tester and we'll test and see if the battery is good, if it'll hold the charge. Because sometimes they'll have 12 volts, but they will not take a load. And sometimes they discharge prematurely too. So now we know we have 12 volts. Let's get the battery tester. And we'll use that. I brought them both over here. This one is here. Now this particular app, let's cut this off. Okay, now this one is a battery load tester. This will tell you if the battery is actually can take a load, if it's good or not. So you got your, this one you do have to put in the right place. You have to put the negative on the negative and the positive on the positive. Otherwise, it'll read backwards and it can't go backwards because it's not digital. Okay, instead of, that's the positive. Okay, we can't reach the positive right here from there. So, let's see. We'll put it right here on the starter. Instead of going all the way over there, to put it here, see this wire? It goes over to there anyway. See that? Now, if you read no voltage here, that means this cable is bad. The voltage is not going to the cable. Sometimes that's not a good connection. But I'm pretty sure the problem's here because that one's loose. But that one doesn't look good either. So we'll probably end up changing that one as well. But, well, first we'll put this one here. Let's get a better connection. Pull this red thing out of the way. We'll put that one on first, man. How about that? So put it right here. Okay. See, I have this one here on this cable here, which is the red cable, and it goes over to the positive of the battery. And then we'll check this one, and we'll put it on the negative of the battery. Just touch it in case it's shorted out. It's not shorted. Okay, just put it on there good, on the battery. And then you pull up your meter. Okay, you see how that little needle right there, see it wiggle? See how it's in the green area where it says good? That little black needle? So what you do is, you see this button right here, you push it down. And it should go down. See, it's still in the green. It went down, still in the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You let it go, and it goes back up, but it's still in the green. That means this is a good battery. Don't hold it on too long because you'll damage it. It'll just drain the battery down. But you see, when I clicked it, it went down, see? But it stayed in the green. And I let it go and put back up to the green. That means this is a good battery, it's fully charged, and it does hold a charge. Okay, so the battery you know is good. So we'll pull these off here. You know those are good. So that means if you're not getting any power to the machine, that would mean a fuse is blown or it's not getting good connection here. It's going to be the ground because we tested the positive wire already, and we got good charge from here to there, so it has to be a bad ground. And 99.9% of the time, it's always the bad ground. From my experience. And this right here, see this? There's no way power can get to these here are the ones that go to the control panel and safety circuits and many different other things that needs a ground. This is most likely going to be a problem. There's no way it can operate because it's not making a good contact. So what we'll do right now is we'll take these off, connect them to this wire because it's grounded to the frame. Then we'll put a new terminal on this one and put it on the battery by itself. Because every time you take the battery off, these wires are here going to be getting loosened up. So it makes no sense to put them right here. They need to be by themselves. So somebody probably made some alterations. Maybe there was a relay or something here or a contactor, and they cut it off and put it straight there. That does not go there. So something is probably missing between there. But what we'll do is we'll put these wires with this wire and leave them like that, and we'll put a new terminal on this one, and then we'll give it a shot and see how it does. Let me get some stuff together, go buy some parts, and be right back. Okay, let's take this one off first. See, it's not even tight, it's just kind of sitting up there. Okay, we'll disconnect this one first here. It should be a 13 millimeter. We'll take this off first. All the way. I see it's not even tight. But we'll go ahead and change it anyway. Take this off here. I try to. We may have to do the positive one also, but we'll test this out first, and we may have to go buy a positive also. So we'll take these, disconnect it here. (7/16). This is 7/16 right here, or 11mm. Either will work. Take this off. Okay. Pull this one out of here. Okay, so this one we'll take, and this one here we'll put on this one here. Let me get a cutter and cut some of this off so we can get rid of the bad part, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have these cable cutters, so we'll cut this top piece off here. Okay. I'll take this and check and see how tight it is. We may have to turn it over if it's not tight enough. Looks good. Let's pull it open here. Let's see how tight it's going to be. It might be tight enough. Let's see. 7/16. Sometimes you have to turn this piece over if the if the wire's not big enough for the terminal. Now you get a much better contact. But let's check it out and see how good of a connection it's going to be. Customers said that it wouldn't do anything. Of course, it wouldn't light up when we tried to do it. So it's almost always the ground, but as loose as those were, I'm pretty sure it was this. We'll check it out here in a second. I'm gonna tighten it up good and tight, so it's a really good connection. Looks like it's pretty good. Okay. Okay. It's pretty tight. Oh, okay. Okay, now we got this one here. Oh, let's finish tightening this one up first. Make sure it's gonna be good and tight. That's tight. Okay, good and tight. Now this one here, we want to. How long are those? I'll take these out of here. How long are them suckers? I'm gonna cut off this piece here and trim it. Okay. Cut off a little bit here. Okay. Let's try to trim off the little space for the thing to clamp on. Cut off all the dirty stuff, the corroded part. And just keep spinning around until we get through the plastic. There it goes. More over here. There we go. Clean. Okay. Now we want to put this in there like that. Let's loosen it up with the Allen wrench first. See, it's got a little Allen wrench connection there. Put it in there. See the end of it? Just kind of tighten it down really good. So it makes a really good, snug contact. Okay. Tighten it really good. I want to get a good contact. Get a good ground. Okay. That's good. Now all of these here, see all of these grounds here? We're going to connect those to this one, but take that out. Just 1, 2, 3. We'll put this one in here like this. Put a new one. You hear that? So something is on, I guess. So put this on here. It's a lock washer so it doesn't come loose. And then put the nut on there. So something was not making a good contact. As soon as we touched it, I heard a little arc. That means it was getting contact. So we'll tighten this up. And this one does not need to be insulated because it's the ground anyway. So it won't hurt anything if it touches the ground because it is the ground. So we'll tighten that up real good. Let me go find a backup wrench. Backup wrench so I can tighten it good. Let's see. I'll find a backup wrench. I'll be right back. Okay. Found an 11mm. So we'll put this on there. On this side, like that. And put this one here. Run it good and tight. Make good connection. Okay, that's good and tight. Okay, this one's good and tight also. A little short though, what it'll have to do. We'll put it on there for now, just to crank it out. Then we'll fix up the battery later. It's not a good. I'm gonna have to change this cable and put a longer one, looks like. I'll have to get permission from the customer though. We'll see if it works first. 13mm. Once we check and make sure it works, we'll probably have to change this cable and get a longer one. But let's make sure that's the problem first before we fool with that. What we got here, 13mm. Should do it. Let's make sure everything works first. Okay, that's good and tight. Okay, what we want to do next is we want to check the oil, the water, engine oil, water, and antifreeze before we start it, because sometimes the customers, operators don't check all that stuff. Okay, the oil dipsticks, checking the oil is right here. Pull that out. Okay, looks like it's way overfilled. Let's pull it out. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see two lines. You see this bottom dot here? That's the level when it's low. Then there's a dot here. This dot means it's high. That's the level, high level. So when you put it here, when the oil level's here, it's full. And below this first dot here, below this one, you have to add. So we'll stick it back in there. It's a little bit lower than the dot, but it's good enough. Between the two dots is good. Below the bottom dot, you need to add. Okay, so now we'll check the antifreeze over here. The coolant. And it's supposed to be, it's really, really cold today. It's supposed to be 20 degrees tonight. So I'm gonna make sure got plenty of antifreeze and the level is good. It's just got a little level on the side here. So it's good. This is the coolant reservoir. It's okay. Now let's check the hydraulic oil reservoir. Okay. Okay, now that one is empty. See that red line, that yellow thing, the point should be in the green, and it is not. So we're gonna have to add some hydraulic oil. Let me get some hydraulic oil and we'll be right back. Okay, that's the hydraulic reservoir. So the first thing we're gonna do, take off this cap here, and we'll take this here. Put the funnel in here, and we'll add hydraulic oil. Okay, this is AW46. We'll add to it until the needle starts to move. It's not moving yet. Oh, it's almost empty. It's not moving yet. Oops, let some of the air out of it, I guess. Okay. Let's see if we can get a little closer so you can see the okay, yeah, you can see the little needle there. You can see it's still in the red, hasn't come up yet. So we'll add some more. Okay, until that needle starts to come up to the green. Okay, it's moving now. Okay, it is in the green, but at the very bottom. So we'll keep adding until we get to the top of the green. Air come out. That's close enough right there for now, I think. Yes, we're at the top of the green. Didn't realize that filter was in there. Okay, we're at the top of the green. That should be enough. We'll put the cap back on. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Okay, now let's go inside and give it a shot and see if it cranks up. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, it lit up. Let's see if it'll. We'll put the bar down first. Safety bar. It's on. Cranked up. It says cold. Let it cool up a little bit. It's on, so it cranks up now, so that's a good start. Okay, the knocks came on. Let's see if it'll move. Okay, move backwards. Moves forwards. Lifts. Tilts. Okay. Still lit up. Okay, last one. No error codes. So we are good to go. Let's cut her off. Okay, that's good. I want to thank you for watching my video. It really helps if you please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next one.